Hello and welcome to Guild Wars 2 Special Edition for 1327, better known as 2014 Year-End Review. In this edition, we'll attempt to cover some of the new content that came to Guild Wars 2 in 2014. Starting off, the song you hear behind me is The Mortram, composed by McLean Deemer for Season 2, Episode 2, Entanglement. As it turns out, this song was the most popular Living World music by view count and ratings on YouTube. More on that later. We'll also be looking at Living World releases for the year, as well as some popular Reddit and YouTube posts by fans. This was also a big year for Guild Wars 2 because it released to China. We'll have some reaction on that. And we will finish this edition with the gem market for the year. Thank you for subscribing. Season 1 of the Living World personal storyline ended, and Season 2 started in 2014. Recapping the events of Season 1 starts with the Origins of Madness, January 21st, The Edge of the Mists, February, Escape from Lion's Arch again in February, Battle for Lion's Arch in March. Battle for Lion's Arch Aftermath happened on March 18th, 2014, bringing a close to the Living World story, Season 1. Season 2 kicked off on July 1st with the Gates of Maguma, and it is here that we start to get new areas in the game. From Brisbane Wildlands, we ventured into Prospect Valley, which is in Drytop, a whole new region. The storyline continues to progress with Entanglement on July 15th, The Dragon's Reach Part 1, July 29th, Part 2 of Dragon's Reach came out in the middle of August, Echoes of the Past on November 4th, where we get another new zone, the Silver Waste, where we finish the Living World with Tangled Paths on November 18th and Seeds of Truth on December 2nd. That's where we left the storyline in 2014. The rest of Season 2 will continue in 2015. All total, we had 5 episodes added for Season 1, 7 episodes added for Season 2, bringing the total number of new content added in 2014 to 12. Special events for the year included Festival of the Four Winds on May 20th, Blood and Madness on October 21st, and a Very Merry Winter's Day on December 16th. To balance things off, feature packs were also added to the game. One in April where some highlights were repairs became free, account-wide wardrobes and dyes accessible through the Heroes panel, and the Megaserver went live. Another feature pack came in September, and updates included the trading post being rebuilt on a brand new browser engine for better performance, guilds went global and shared regardless of world, and the commander tag became account-wide instead of character-based. In 2014, 23 new songs were added to Guild Wars 2. Most of the songs added were for the Living World content, but Halloween also got a refresh with Halloween Interior Live and the Lunatic Court Live by McLean Deemer and Stan Lepard. McLean Deemer took over the role of composer for Guild Wars 2 after Jeremy Soule announced in March that he would be heading over to EverQuest and would no longer be releasing new content for Guild Wars. The last song Jeremy Soule penned his name to was Lion Arch Lament, and here is that song by the Musicians Guild of Tyria. The top Reddit poster of 2014 asked not to be profiled, so we are going to look at the second top Reddit post of 2014, which is Introducing the Megaserver System by Mr. Finesse. Posted on April 2nd, it has a 92% upvote and close to 900 comments. It's a gateway link to guildwars2.com/news on the Megaserver. The article in part explains the introduction of the Megaserver, saying that this system takes your party, guild, language, homeworld, and other factors into account to match you to a version of the map you're entering. This will increase the odds that you'll see the same people more often and play with people of similar interest. It was hoped that the system would help with the game's over- and underflow map populations to ensure a more rewarding and balanced gameplay, and for the most part the Megaserver delivers. Many in the Guild Wars community adapted the new system into their websites and applications. A few boss timer sites that support the new Megaserver are GW2 Timer, Guild Wars Temple, and GW2 World Boss Timer by that shaman at Dolphy.net. All of these sites' applications will show you upcoming and current meta boss events just by going to their websites. Links are down below in the description. The top fan-based Guild Wars 2 video by view count on YouTube for 2014 was Guild Wars 2 Guardian Legendary Build WVW/PvE by Tap That Mouse. With 147,496 views. You tapped that video 600 times a day in 2014. It was so popular that he even recently released an updated version of the build on his channel. It is definitely worth checking out. So let's take a look at 2014's top video of the year.
That's what I'm presenting you with today. The legendary build, son! Now, I couldn't have done this alone. I had help from a good friend, Chris Donhart. And Chris Donhart, he came up to me and presented me this build. I took a look at it and I changed a few things. We were both mind blown from what the outcome was. And the build just came out perfectly. What you guys are currently looking at is a Zerker Guardian with amazing survivability that produces Cleric Guardian heals. What the frick? I know, right? Impossible. Well, I'm telling you that you're wrong, and it is. I didn't believe it myself, but the build works it's freaking amazing. Let's look at the stats of the build now. We got 1,960 power, which is right around 3,050 to 3,100 attack, give or take, but it hits that sweet spot so perfectly. Then we have 2,951 armor, which is right on the money and is very comfortable. The build also has 17.6k health. It has 50% critical chance, oh unbelievable, and 195% critical damage with 400 healing power? Are you kidding me? That's beautiful. This build is right here, Mango Pie. That's what's giving this build that warrior healing signet kind of feel that we're experiencing with this build. Now, alright, so next we got our armor. We've discussed the trooper runes and how they match so perfectly with our pure voice straight from the honor tree. So we can continue on from that. So we have 3 pieces of knights, which is the helm, the shoulders, and the chest piece. The reason for doing this is because we wanted to get the most armor we could for how Zerky this build already is. And then finally we have
ArenaNet released Guild Wars 2 in China on May 15, 2014, and in July, many of the game news networks started reporting that 3.8 million copies were sold during that 2-month span, bringing the total worldwide sales of the game to 7 million accounts. They were basing this on a Reddit post that apparently was taking a census of character creation and not games sold. ArenaNet tried to correct this the next day by tweeting the following: "We'd like to clarify recent news of Guild Wars 2 China sales. It's inaccurate from a Chinese fan site, and they could be estimating characters. By the end of 2014, I could find no additional figures on the Chinese release." The gem market saw a sharp rise this year, but did not outpace 2013. At the beginning of the year, gold to gem was going for 6 gold, 76 silver, and 65 copper. By the end of the year, that has rose to 14 gold and 69 silver for a change of 217%. At the beginning of the year, you could sell your gem off for gold at 4 gold, 88 silver, 75 copper, and to close at 9 gold, 51 silver by the end of the year for a 194% increase. However, in 2013, both gold to gem and gem to gold rose by 409%.